Hey, Scoobies. This is Razzle. I'm Nicholas Brendan, or Xander from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And you're watching and ranking every episode and character in BTVS, better known as Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Have fun watching and ranking. Xander's number one.
Hello everyone, this is Alan here for Razzle with another episode of Ranking Everything Buffy, ranking the episodes, ranking the characters. And today I have with me a new guest, friend of mine, Bridgett. I actually don't know, is it Riga or Rega? I've never actually known. Oh no, it's Wolf now, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I was saying.
If you want to introduce yourself correctly, you can go ahead and do that, and just a brief introduction into your world of Buffy, how you got into Buffy.
Okay, my name is Bridgett Wolf. It was Bridgett Riga. I don't know. I don't know when I started watching Buffy. Not when it came out, obviously, because I was like so young. But I think I started watching Buffy in when I was 16 or something. I love Buffy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It was something I wasn't allowed to watch because I wasn't allowed to watch anything with vampires or death or witches and stuff. So wow. I watched it.
Today we'll be watching Never Kill a Boy on the First Date. It's the 5th episode of the first season. And I guess this would be the time to get into the rules. So the general idea of this series is that we're going to rank every episode in the entire series and place it in a tier. We're not going to be spoiling anything. 2-part episodes are ranked individually. That's not important for this episode as it's a one-off episode. For characters, we're going to rank every character that appears in at least 2 episodes and also place them in a tier. And they get ranked based on that point in the series and also once they hit their 2nd episode. And we don't take any future development into account as well. For you guys, the comment section will contain spoilers, so if you are following along for the first time, maybe stay weary of the comment section. If you want to talk to me about things that are spoilered, definitely throw it down in the comments. I'll be interested in talking to you. The only thing that we don't accept in the comments is hate. Be nice to each other. I might have a different opinion than you. You might have a different opinion than me. That's awesome. I think it's great to be able to talk about the show with people that have all kinds of different opinions. Bridgett, are you ready?
Yeah.
So, I remember not liking this episode. I don't know if you remember this episode at all.
Same.
I'm not saying that your methods are without merit.
I don't know why there's this dog noise. It's not my dogs. It's in the show. There are dogs just barking.
Hello.
And I'm thinking that it was because they shot, in the first season, they shot the graveyard scenes just on set at a real graveyard. I think there were probably just dogs barking and they were just leave it in.
I didn't know that.
It is very weird, the rules on whether vampires leave things behind, because they don't leave their clothes, but that ring was left behind after it does. Do you have any thoughts on the Master? Do you have any? I mean, you can't talk about future big bads, but...
And he will lead her into hell.
I feel like he's overplayed, that's all.
I think
So shall it be.
I like him because he's so gleefully...
5 will die.
I think he's just
From their
because he's
ashes.
definitely super over the top, but I like it
Yeah.
because it's super over the top.
Oh yeah, I do like this episode.
Okay. Well, we'll see. I'm going in with an open mind.
On the inside, it's a sun and 3 stars. Haven't we seen that somewhere?
Could just be
Yeah, it's
like
right
a
here.
fashion
Sun and 3
statement.
stars.
Maybe the guy's really into fashion.
out.
He's just
Told you
like,
it
I
looked
thought it was a
familiar.
pretty ring.
The Order of Aurelius.
Or it's the Order of Aurelius. This is why I don't like the episode.
Oh,
Okay.
and hi.
I hate Owen. And as this
What do you
episode
want?
goes along, I will
A
continue
book?
to talk about why.
I was beginning to suspect that was a myth.
I do like that this calls out the fact that nobody ever
Dickinson.
comes here for books
It's
this
dumb,
early in the
but
show.
I like her around.
Emily Dickens, huh? She's great.
Dickinson.
She's good also.
I didn't think I'd find you here.
It's like a real
I didn't mean. I mean,
backhanded, not even a compliment, it's just
I think you
backhanded.
read.
Thanks.
Didn't think you'd be here.
You don't seem bookworm. And I've offended you.
No.
Because you're a dick.
No, I'm...
Okay, maybe
just
I've let my
surprised you gave
my
any thought
opinions
to
on
what
this
I meant.
character show a little. I might not be so open-minded going in.
A good poet. I mean, for
A girl?
an American.
Giles'
my eyes,
remarks
it's
toward Americans are always good in the show.
The Order
Now-
of Aurelius is a very old and venerated sect. If they're
I
here, it's for a good
watched
reason.
the last 5 episodes.
That
You
was
haven't.
Owen.
But let me point out
Yes, I
that
remember.
Owen has not existed up
Do you
till
have any
this
more copies
point,
of Emily Dickinson?
and now we
I
have
need
Buffy
one.
just completely losing her
Buffy.
mind over this guy.
Well, the mere fact
When
that
in
Yeah,
the
he
last
likes-
check out
episode,
the
she was like,
grounds
she
for
got a
national
jacket from
holiday.
Angel, and she was like, oh boy,
I think we
this
should
guy.
focus on the problem at
And
hand.
now, just for the sake of plot, we have this Owen
Right.
character.
I'm sorry, you're right.
I mean, I guess I was like a teenage girl though.
Does this outfit make me
I don't
look
know. I
fat?
mean, I guess I never was a teenage girl, but
No.
you,
Thurman was
as a
talking to
woman
you? It's
who's
all
straight,
true.
is there anything about Owen that
He
makes you
hardly
go,
talks to anyone.
ooh?
Solitary, mysterious. He
No.
can brood.
I think something that bothers me even more that Buffy is interested in Owen is that Cordy is interested in him. Because this guy's just...
Thanks.
What does Cordy see in this guy?
Cordelia's hips are wider than I thought.
I think it's just jealousy with her.
Who all's going?
But Cordy's
Well,
not jealous
I'm
of
gonna
Buffy
be
at this
there.
point. Like, there's
Who
no
else?
reason for her to be, because
I feel like she is though.
well, she doesn't...
Buffy, what about you?
She doesn't know anything about Buffy yet, other than she's a
no.
weird kid.
She
I like Buffy's
it
dress.
is. Tell her.
I don't think
It's-
that would be allowed
It's very big.
in like today's
Thank you.
schools, but
Wait.
it's a nice dress.
Yeah. I think it's too short.
What
Yeah.
are you talking about?
Oh yeah, that's definitely way too
Yeah.
short.
That's what I'm talking about. Trouble.
In high
Violent
school.
and
No,
disturbing
it wouldn't be
prophecies
allowed in
about
high
to be
school now.
fulfilled.
I don't think their
The
rules were
brethren of
super
his order
strict
would
like
come
they
to
are
the
now.
master, and my calculations are precise.
They're bad calculations. Bad. Buffy has a really
I really like
important
the
day.
interactions
Owen.
between in these early
All right.
episodes.
Well,
The
let's jump in
interactions
my time
between
machine,
Buffy
go
and
back to the 12th
Giles
century
is
and ask
top
the
notch.
vampires to dark forces are aligning against us, and we have a chance to beat them back. Tonight we go into battle.
This is a great transition. But we've talked about this on the show before. But like these transitions where they, they get all intense
Perhaps I
and then
miscalculated.
they cut to nothing.
I'm thinking yes.
Is that a jacket or a blanket?
It's a jacket.
Well, you know what they
I'm
say.
pretty sure.
90% of
Would
the
you wear that
vampire slaying
jacket?
game is
No.
Wait,
I would not wear that jacket. I don't know why they put that in the.
Unaware
in the
of
show.
unique condition.
I really
Yeah,
don't.
I read
I
the
mean,
back
it was
of the box.
'97. Fashion
If
was
your
different.
identity is a slave
But it is
to be
really ugly.
you and
Now
Well,
that's
my
all I
button
can
that
think
says,
about.
I'm a slayer. Ask me how.
Yeah, I mean, they're not even like she's not even mentioned Angel.
Five
Like-
shall die, and from their ashes the anointed.
She's
shall
over him
rise.
right now. Angel who?
You will be judged.
Normal guy. It's a normal subway bus interaction. It's not a subway. It's a bus. I think she's just into Owen, and I don't get it. I don't buy
Maybe.
it.
I don't know. He kind of like looks like your type.
He looks like not the type of person that he is, which is just some like depressed gothy guy. But he looks like
Preppy.
like a sports star.
Fire coming down. Judgment.
I'm into this guy.
Don't think you're ready to look upon
I think
me.
Buffy
If
should be
there's
with him.
sin in there, there's sin all around.
The mother's not even saying anything. She's just like, okay, I'll hold my. I don't know. I think I would. I think I'd be like, hey, dude, back off. Like, probably be scared. I'd probably be pissing my pants, but I'd be like, yo, back away from my kid, please.
Okay?
I'd move or something.
Are you willing to stand with the righteous?
Yeah, I'll follow this guy into battle.
Are you alright?
You hit him with a bus. I mean, like, he's going to be alright because he's a vampire, but, like,
He doesn't know that.
that's in the credits.
Oh, he wasn't a vampire? I thought he was.
Well, maybe he is now.
He was really creepy.
Maybe he's the anointed.
Maybe.
went home.
Owen.
Also, in
Oh,
his
look,
world,
it's
he just got
Owen.
stood up by her, so I don't know that I'd walk up and just be like, hey, Buffy.
That'd be me.
I mean, but
Where were you
he was
last night?
dancing with Cordelia, so I wasn't really standing.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, even still, like,
my
it seemed like
watch
he's...
broke and we don't have any clocks in our house, and so I didn't know what time it was or even what day it was.
I thought I was the only one that happened to. How about
That's a good
we
line.
try it
I'll
again
give
for
you that,
tonight?
Owen.
I'll
You
even
get one.
lend you my watch.
Of course you have a pocket watch. It's just,
Tonight? You and me?
yeah.
Well,
That's
I
weird.
could invite the chess club, but they drink and they start fights.
Oh, no, it's...
I mean, she looks like she likes him.
Yeah, no, I believe that she
We
likes him. I
arranged
just
that
don't
at
believe that,
Sure.
considering
Tonight'll work.
what has happened throughout the
Think
rest
so?
of the series. Like,
Um,
we've
Yeah,
seen,
like, how
we've seen her
quickly.
never talk about this guy, and I don't believe that she would like him
oh,
based
3
off of the
6
person
and
that he
8.
is.
Yeah.
And I don't like him, and that's the most important thing. A lot of Giles in this episode, I think.
Yeah, there
Just
is.
had a-
No big disasters coming. That is so good. I will see you tomorrow then. Bye.
She is the strangest girl.
He's so confused. I like the fact that they went with ugly vampires.
When I rule it,
Like Twilight, like,
she
you know.
tries to stop.
It's nice of
Do I
him.
want to
Got the book.
appear shy, coy, and naive, or
Let me help you out, buddy.
and
And he's gonna choose an uglier outfit. Yep.
Bring out your eyes.
He's the worst sometimes.
Maybe I should mix and match.
He like.
Okay.
Yes, I
guys,
know he likes Buffy, but the thing is that
Which one do you think Owen will like better?
Watch
The
this.
red or the peach?
this comment?
Oh, you mean for kissing you and then telling all of his friends how easy you are so the whole school loses respect for you and then talks behind your back.
like, I don't...
The red's fine.
Thanks. I'll go with peach.
The thing is that Xander says some really
put this on.
shitty things to someone who's
Yeah.
supposed to be his friend, and then acts like,
me.
oh, why doesn't she like me? And it's like, dude, because you're, like, kind of a dick. Like,
Yeah.
I love Xander,
I don't know.
but I also
Pretty
hate
smart young
Xander
kids
from
go
time
on
to time.
dates these days. Well,
Like,
I read
this is
somewhere
another
once
thing that's
that
just
sometimes
incredibly
they go to
shitty.
Movies. Interesting. And I saw on TV
As he's
once,
trying
a
to
bunch
get
of
an
people our
image of
age
her
went to a
changing
party.
through the mirror.
I never even.
Teenager was so full
Well,
of
he's gonna
possibilities.
drop the mirror by accident.
I mean, I feel like that's any teenage boy.
No,
I don't
it's
think it was
real.
you.
The thing is that
Buffy's not
Xander.
home.
Here's the thing, because I talked about this a little bit before, but the problem with Xander is that
Five died
Xander
in an accident.
Out of the ashes
Xander
of fire,
does bad
shall rise
things,
the one.
but then
Yeah.
he gets away with them, and it's
People
he
died.
doesn't really have to deal with the repercussions of bad
Follow,
things that he
but
does.
It's worth investigating.
True.
And I think that that's
Among
part
the
of the
dead was
problem
Andrew
is that
Baldwin, the
like
police sought for questioning
people
in
can
a
do
double
bad
murder.
things in shows, but the
He
fact
may
that they
be the
never
innocent
make
one.
it like, oh, he did something
bodies have been
bad,
taken to
implies
Sunnydale
that he's
funeral
not
home.
doing something.
We can.
Giles, why?
Yeah, and it's okay. Yeah, I get it.
I beg your-
If the apocalypse comes, beat me.
One of the more iconic lines in the entire
All set.
show.
Yes, and you'll
And
face a pretty
completely
hefty
irrelevant
fine
today
in the
where
morning.
beepers aren't a thing.
Don't wait.
A lot of loss.
Now he's talking
a lot
about
of
how he
death.
likes Emily Dickinson
Gets me.
because of death.
She have
That's
a
really
tragic and
weird.
romantic life with a lot of bees.
It is a
Quiet.
weird reason.
Kind of
It has nothing to do with the
sequestered and
quality of her
uneventful.
poetry.
Which I just find most girls.
I don't know what his problem is
frivolous.
with death.
Oh, also,
I mean,
this is shit.
there's a lot
I
more
just find
important
most
things in life
girls
than dating,
frivolous. And
you
it's
know?
like, dude, like, you're actually, like, the worst human. Not gonna lie, I also think the actor kind of sucks. I don't think I'm into Cordy's hair there.
I like it. We're polar opposites on this.
alone.
I don't think we've seen Buffy get the
Well,
one-up on
when you're ready for
Cordelia,
the
like,
big
at all
leagues,
to this
let me
point.
know.
It's just not a good look, Cordy having to, like... I just feel like she would just move on. Like, she'd just be like, okay, this guy's clearly a loser, and then move on. Like, I don't know.
I'm telling you, I think she's jealous, like 100%. Don't go anywhere yourself.
Not in Sunnydale.
Tam,
Like he should have known. He should have saw like coming or something.
Giles, it's us!
what are you doing here?
We saw you guys when they're after you.
I mean, I've never seen a girl throw herself at a guy like that.
There you go, Cordy. Don't let it ruin your night. Move on.
Buffy.
Well, this is gonna ruin her night.
Why is this happening?
Both guys, really?
I was hoping I'd find you here.
Is that your Cordy voice?
Yeah,
Seriously,
pretty much.
nothing.
They're where she wants me. I don't know.
Yes.
She's, like,
Why is it such a
inspecting
shock to
that burger.
everyone?
Here you go.
Or chicken sandwich or whatever it is. It's a muffin. I was way off.
The Sunnydale funeral home.
I've always wanted to go there.
Oh.
And we'll come back. I promise.
Right in front of Angel.
The Angel's just staring him down. Buffy's first kiss in the entire show is with that douche.
Yep, in
She's
front of
the
Angel.
strangest girl.
This is so cool.
Owen,
I think it was
What are we
creepy
doing
that he
now? We
followed
can see
her.
that body?
possibly
Like,
several.
if I didn't know better, I'd be like, this guy's evil. Also, the
Oh.
guy's like 8 feet tall, so I don't know how he snuck up on them.
Giles,
That would have been
what
disgusting.
happened?
Two more of the
You're not
brethren
into
came
it?
in here. They came after me.
Why
Chap was
did
good
the
enough to
vampires
bunk with me
climb
till
out
I-
the barred window?
Were they here after you?
Yeah, I never knew that. I don't know. They could have just walked
Did
right
they
out
think he
there.
slid through the bars in the window? And even still, they could go back out the door they went
Find the
through.
anointed oil. You brought a date?
I didn't bring him.
Disapproving
He
Giles.
came.
You can't make him go out there alone. We don't know where the brethren are. I'll just
Responsible.
No,
Giles.
Giles. If he sees you, he's gonna have more questions than he already does right now. I'll take care
Very
of
smart,
it.
Buffy, because that would be very confusing why the high school librarian is hanging out with a high schooler.
Is everything okay?
I'm surprised like more people
And
didn't
we'll
like
be
start
leaving?
questioning it.
That was a cool shot. That was cool, too. Yeah, that's like 3 cool shots in a row. It's
Keep looking. He must be here
the same shot over and over again. I just liked how they did it.
Dead body before.
Weird.
And he's like turned on by it. I hate this guy.
They
I don't know what's
Usually
with
move-
him.
Oh, there's that preachy guy from before.
He looks better as a vampire.
Pork and beans. Pork and beans. I can smell you.
This guy's great.
Like,
I don't
he's
know
more
much.
nerdy than the old dude.
The master?
What have you got?
Mhm.
What'd you bring? Did you have a steak?
And all he's doing is saying pork and beans.
What should I do?
Yeah.
Somebody's got out Buffy.
Not you! Ah! I mean, Giles, bad job. Also, way to get knocked out. Way to go, Owen. And Buffy, come on. Oh.
But if I was him by now, I'd be like, there's something wrong with you.
Well,
We should stay.
he says he's dead.
He was found wanting.
Killed my date.
Give me a sec.
What's the one? Don't worry about me. Don't kill him.
Yeah, I think this is going to be the first vampire that we see killed by fire. So that's cool.
That's like my favorite one. Like, it's pretty cool.
What happened to that guy?
Oh,
I burned him alive.
we scared him away.
I was hoping maybe we'd finish up at Ben and Jerry's.
We still could.
I think I'll just walk home.
Must hit him hard. Who turns down ice cream?
I would after that,
Which way is
probably.
home?
You think?
I'll get
I
you.
think
Yeah.
concussion, meeting with a vampire, would be like, yeah, ice cream.
I'll
That's
go
Well,
that
maybe
way.
ice cream and then be like, never see me again.
But then again, are you somebody who's obsessed with death?
Buffy.
True, yeah, you'd think he'd be like, marry me.
I was wondering when I could see you again.
Oh, he's got a heart of gold.
I never thought nearly getting killed would make me feel so alive.
Oh, I don't know if it's back to the death
So
thing.
that's why you want to be with me.
Like, walk downtown at 3 in the morning and pick a fight in a bar. How about tonight?
I mean, like, I already hated this guy, but now they're trying to make me hate him, and I'm
Not
like,
a workable thing.
you
I
already
don't know
did
if I
it.
hate him.
Tomorrow then, I'm
You
feeling
don't
like
hate
this week.
Owen? You're like,
Hate him.
I wish he stuck around.
No, I don't wish he'd stuck around because he's
not
really
you.
weird. I
My
don't know
point
why.
is that he's not a character,
was kinda
as I guess
hoping
my
that
thing is like, he's
Maybe you and I could still be.
so,
I get
like,
it.
I don't buy his character. I don't
Just wanna
think
be
he's
friends.
a real person.
That'd be
I don't
nice.
think, like, a real person would act like
Friends.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or at least be so open
Like,
about
I feel
it.
like he's supposed to be the first crush archetype, and I've never met anyone like him in my life.
I don't know. I feel like she's just trying to find a normal person. But he's not normal because he's obsessed with death.
Yeah, he's weird.
I had very definite plans about my future.
nice
I was going to be a
moment for
fighter
Giles.
pilot. Or possibly a grocer. My father-
Giles' career wants
Gave me a very
a fighter
tiresome
pilot or a
speech
grocer
about
are the two, like, just
responsibility
two
and
completely
sacrifice.
different things, and it's phenomenal.
He
I want
wants to be
Giles to be
danger
my
man.
dad.
That's so weird to say.
Xander Willow.
And in this time will come
How about that image of the
the
Master?
anointed.
A throne of
and the
cherubs.
slave.
So ugly.
Oh,
Welcome, my friend.
looks like that's the anointed one. This kid.
He was on the bus.
Which-
Right?
Yes, he was. Which would be a relatively cool thing, but
It's creepy. Like, I don't like when like shows and movies bring in children. Do you have
Okay.
teachers that has a bad episode, really?
yes, I do, because despite the fact that so here's the thing. I think that you would rank every episode as a good episode, because you just generally like the episodes. But if you just even take it into like a by comparison to the rest of the show, or you like Teacher's Pet would be one of my tops.
No, it wouldn't be my top. But
I would
I
say
feel
it'd
like
be near
it's
the bottom.
good.
I mean, it's not.
Like, this episode would probably be like the bottom for me. Like, but Teacher's Pet is definitely like one above at least.
Well, let's get into that for everybody else. So that was season 1, episode 5, Never Kill a Boy on the First Date, which is a fun title, a play on Never Kiss a Boy on the First Date. But now it is our time to rank this episode. Just your general thoughts. I know that you said this wasn't one that you had a big memory of, but
Yeah. Like the death I remembered.
the
Yeah.
vampire dude that we originally thought was the anointed one.
Yeah.
It's a cool kill.
I think it was definitely, obviously, like, forgettable.
You think it was a forgettable episode?
Yeah.
I would question, and I would pose to you, whether it is actually forgettable, but also bad. Because
It is bad,
the
yeah.
stuff that's in there, because I would say, yes, I don't remember this episode. Like, when I go back and I, like, start trying to list the episodes in my mind, once I get to 5, I'm like, oh, shoot, which one is that one?
Yeah.
And Never Kill a Boy on the First Date is probably one of the ones that I would forget is in season 1. In my opinion, it is definitely not best, great, or good.
No.
I could honestly make an argument for forgettable / mediocre, which is we did actually, if you've been following along, we did change the tiers up. It used to just be called the forgettable tier. It is now called forgettable / mediocre. Anyway, so but I think you could make a play for forgettable / mediocre, bad, or even worse. Okay, so here's the thing. I love Buffy, and one of my favorite things about the show Buffy is that the characters really work. And when they really work, it's usually because their interactions with each other are really good. The only characters that I really like the interactions of in this episode were Buffy and Giles. And I think most of the other interactions I didn't love. I think Xander was actually just like a little shit for most of this episode.
I feel like he's on like all the time, all episodes.
Yes, but like he grows with the show. He has better moments sometimes. So where are you at right now? Like if you had to like off the top of your head, are you like between forgettable and bad? Or are you between bad and worst? Or are you in a different spot?
Like forgettable, bad, worst.
You think it's 3? Well, we can't put it in 3 spots. I'm thinking it's under Teacher's Pet, which I think that you'll also agree with, just because I think you actually like Teacher's Pet.
I did.
Go back and watch it.
I did.
Come back to me. No,
I like Teacher's Pet, hands down. I like it.
Well, then I still think that we're all going to agree that it comes in at 5th. Then.
Yeah, it does definitely. I would say it was a worse episode. Only one scene like I thought was really good which was like the kill scene. Like that's the only scene I really liked.
So you would probably say, are you saying it's in the worst episodes tier, possibly?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably the worst.
I'm really between worst and bad, and I think that I agree. I think I would actually put it in the worst episodes tier. I just think that there's not that much good going for it. But yeah, I think that it is one of the worst episodes, and it's based on the fact that the characters are just not great, and there's really not a lot of great moments in the episode. So I think I would tend to agree with you. I was kind of on the fence between where I don't know that it will. I think it'll be kind of in that area of between worst and bad when we get towards the end.
Yeah.
But I wanted to go in with an open mind, but
you went in with a negative mind.
Yeah, it was probably negative from the start. Okay, now Bridgett, don't panic. This isn't our characters list yet. This is based off of the last episode we did, which is Teacher's Pet. So this is everything from season 1, episode 1 to season 1, episode 4. We will have the ability to change some of these. I'm getting you prepared now because I know that you're a big fan of Angel, but we have seen almost nothing of this character yet. And
that's what makes it so good.
And I think that that's part of the problem with him so far, is that he has had very little to do and has had very little to say. We will be getting more of him in the near future, and I believe he will make some jumps up on this list.
Oh, yeah.
But that's where he's at currently. So, with that said...
so I can't put out number 1.
You can't move Angel up to number 1. That would never be allowed based off of what we've seen so far anyway. Let's just look at the list and we'll see if there's anything that you really think needs to change. Do you think Buffy stays at number 1? You don't really see any reason to move her down?
Yeah. I mean, that would kind of suck, I guess, if, like, it's Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Well, she's not the first one, like...
I see what you're saying, but I think that there can be from my understanding, like, I think that the first episode we did, I think Willow was actually rated, I think, number 1. And
yeah.
Willow's a great character. I think that it doesn't necessarily mean that the character's, bad or anything like that. But do we want to look at Buffy for, you're going to want to keep her at number 1, but is the great character tier a good spot based on this episode? Do you think that there's any reason to move her up or down?
Nah, she's fine where she is.
Yeah, she was one of the 2 characters that I thought were a positive in this episode.
Yeah.
But I don't think she was as much of a positive that I would move her into best yet. I really liked Rupert Giles in this episode. I'm wondering what you're thinking.
No, yeah, I think so. I think he needs to be moved up.
Okay, so he's at number 3 right now. Willow didn't do much. I would be comfortable moving Rupert Giles into the number 2 spot. Do you agree with that statement?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move him into number 2, but now I start to wonder if he becomes... Because this is what I'm thinking. He might be, in my opinion, getting a promotion to great character.
No, yeah, I believe so.
Because I think he was one of the only good things about this episode. I really bought his conversations with Buffy. I really bought his relationship. That point at the end where he's doing that conversation with Buffy was super sweet. I really liked Rupert Giles in this episode.
Yeah, he was really involved.
We didn't see Joyce. We didn't see Principal Flutie. We didn't see Darla, which is weird because she's still around. We did see... So here's the characters we did see. We saw Willow, Cordelia, Xander, the Master, and Angel.
Yeah.
Looking at this list, is there anyone you really have a point that you want to see moved, especially if it out of a tier?
I don't think so.
Well, so there is
maybe Xander grow above Cordelia.
So I actually was thinking Xander, but I was thinking possibly the opposite direction, and here's why. Like I said,
because in
this episode he was just a dick like the whole time.
I feel like
Cordelia wasn't great either. Like I actually thought Cordelia was having one of her worst episodes. Because I like Cordelia as the mean girl, but she looked like she was just really off her game. Like, I don't know, I didn't get her whole thing this episode. She kind of just loses out to Buffy and doesn't have any really good remarks or anything. Nothing really that funny. So, it's weird because it's like, I don't see that I would move any of them down. I could see moving Xander down below Joyce. But only because he's being a little shit. Like... At some point, it's like, dude,
it's gonna go all the way bad, like down to bad characters. Then
I'm not dropping him to bad because I've liked certain things about him, but in this episode, I actually disliked Xander. Like, if I was ranking just on this episode and nothing else, I would probably put Xander as like bad. Like, I didn't like him in this episode. So I don't know if you feel comfortable. I think I'm going to move Xander.
You can move him.
Oops. I think I'm gonna move Xander to under Joyce, but still staying good.
I mean, he's a good character. It just was a crap episode for him.
It really was not his day. Nor was it Cordy's, but I don't see Cordy getting moved under Joyce just for this episode. Xander's had some crappy moments in multiple episodes.
I feel like the Master should stay.
So your thoughts on the Master is staying. The Master has had the first episode where he was barely in it. The second episode, he was awesome. Like, he was listed as MVP for that episode. He was great. Then he didn't appear for episodes 3 or 4. He's finally back in this episode, and he's kind of fun.
Kind of fun.
I think he's kind of fun in just how weird and menacing he is. I don't know. I don't know that I could put him above Xander yet, because Xander's just there the whole time, and despite Xander having an off episode, I don't know that I can move the Master ahead of him. However,
maybe move him to good character.
I think there could be a case to move him to good character, just on his weird, like, I don't know if you remember, but like there was this one thing where he's acting all menacing, and then he just like snatches out at the he's like, there's a bug. It's just like, this Master is like, he's just fun. Like, he just looks like he's having the time of his life. I'm gonna leave it up to you. If you think he should stay forgettable, I will leave him in forgettable. This is a team
he's
effort.
not forgettable. He is a good character.
Well, it's forgettable / mediocre. So if you wanted to, you know, we can play with
it. I just think he's overplayed, but yeah, he's a good character. I just think they should have told him to like tone it down.
Oh, I think they should have been like, tone that shit up. Put it to like, if you're at 11, break it and go farther. I think that the wackiest character in the entire Buffyverse should be the Master.
I think it was
Angel. Now, there is a point now where before we have been leaving him in bad, and one of the reasons we've been leaving him in bad was because we can't really say he's forgettable.
Yeah.
I have changed the tier around, and now there is a possibility for him to move up to forgettable / mediocre.
I would say he's forgettable. Yeah.
In this episode, he does very little, but I think maybe throughout this entire time, I would be able to describe him more as mediocre than bad.
Yeah.
I still think he's going to be below all of these. I think he's still going to come in last. But I think that it's not even really that he's getting a bump in this episode. I think it's just with the way that the tier list was changed. I think that he's probably more mediocre than bad.
Yeah. I mean, he stood there for that whole kiss scene, so I feel like...
that was something. He had to watch that.
He look away.
It's just, the problem with Angel is just he still has literally no point in the episodes. Like, he came in this episode, and he's like, hey, something is going on, which I guess would be helpful if we didn't also have Xander and Willow come and say, hey, something's going on. Like, if you took Angel out of this episode,
yeah,
literally almost nothing changes except there's, like, Cordy doesn't have another person to sort of hit on, which is also weird because Cordy doesn't go up to him.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
there just wasn't really a reason for Angel to be in the episode, like, at all, other than, hey, remember this guy?
I mean, they're building him, I feel like.
As I talk more, the more I think that I can't bump him up to to forgettable / mediocre, because it's like, what did he do this episode? He did more in the last episode.
He stood there while she kissed him.
Literally, like, we're talking about whether he should be forgettable, and Buffy literally forgot about him this episode. But it's bad. Like, he should be important.
It'll change eventually, I'm sure.
I love the character of Angel, but 5 episodes in, what are we doing? Why?
I don't know why they did that. I really don't.
I understand why they haven't given us a full reveal of the character. I don't think that they needed to do that yet. But they've, done nothing with him. Like, just nothing. Like, they could have given him so... This was an episode where Buffy was pining for another guy. There was so much they could have done with his character. And it's just nothing. Like, nothing. I'm disappointed. Yeah. I'm disappointed in the show now. I'm disappointed in them for giving me Owen, and I'm disappointed with them for not giving me enough Angel. That's where I'm at right now.
I think they tried to keep him, like, dark and mysterious.
Yeah, but I just don't think that dark and mysterious works when we barely see him.
It's like, why is he there?
He literally had no purpose. Okay. So that brings us to the last thing that we have to do, and this is solely on you, so pressure is on. But at the end of the episode, I like to give the guest an opportunity to pick the MVP of the episode. So whoever the best person was in the entire episode, they can appear in only one episode, so, you know, they don't necessarily need to be on this list. If you're like, wow, I really like the guy who said pork and beans, we'll throw him up as the MVP. You can talk through it with me if you want, or you can just go, I know who it is, it's this person.
Oh, I definitely know.
Okay, who is it?
Giles.
I think that that's probably who I would have picked too. It was between Buffy or Giles, but I think Giles was the right pick.
Yeah.
He's actually going to be the first person to ever get 2 MVPs. He was the MVP in the episode Witch. Buffy is yet to get an MVP award. No, she'll get there. I know of a bunch of episodes where I'm like, it's gonna be.
Oh,
Buffy.
yeah.
But Giles is the MVP then. I think that was right. He really actually gives, like, Anthony Head, who plays Giles, just gave a great performance when it felt like everything, like there was not much to go with. I just felt like everything he did was, you know, really on top of things. Also, he got knocked out again. He was an MVP in Witch, which is another episode he got knocked out in, so that's a pattern, I guess.
Maybe the next one.
The next MVP he gets will be another episode he gets knocked out. That's a fact.
Probably.
Also, he gets knocked out like 700 times, so expect a lot of MVPs for Giles. Okay, well, that pretty much covers it. There's really not much else that we have. Bridgett, thank you so much for coming on. You can't find her anywhere. Don't go looking.
You probably could, but don't go looking. Yeah.
You can find me on Twitter at Alan Havens, AlanHavens. You can find me here on RAZZLE making these videos, as well as making all kinds of different things. I got some other things in the works. And definitely check out all the kinds of videos that we have. I know that there's a commentary that's either, I don't know when this is getting released, that's either out now or it should be out soon. Definitely check that out. Yeah, I look forward to having more episodes with you guys, and I hope you have a great day.
Wow.